Good morning. Welcome to this session on how to use Algomojo platform for automation of any of your strategies. My name is Lokesh. I'm part of Algomojo team, and this session is getting recorded. Uh, just one moment. Yeah, this session is getting recorded, and in case if you'd like to go through the same, you can have a look at it later also. If you have any queries, please use the Q&A box to type out your message. I will try and answer the queries as we go along. And in case if you want to see anything specific, let me know. I will try and show those details during this demo. We will start with a small presentation. We will start with a small presentation and then look at our website and the platform. And then we will get into integration with TradingView and Amibroker. In case if anybody is interested in Amibroker, we can have a look at it. Otherwise, focus would be more on how to do integration in TradingView. Now, in TradingView, if you have anything specific to look at, let me know. I will try and use those indicators or strategies if they're available for usage free of cost. We can try and use them for the demo today. And in case if you have any study that you want to look at and see how to automate from those studies like a trend line or a resistance and support kind of lines or indicators, let me know. I'll try and show them during this demo. Yeah, see, it can be for any instrument. It could be for not only MCX futures. You can use any uh, trading symbol available in TradingView, and we support almost all the Indian markets: NSE, BSE, MCX asset. We are not yet enabled for crypto and forex. So this is more to trade in the Indian markets as such. Yeah, the agenda for today is that we will look at some of the core features and benefits that Algomojo would offer as such for the users. Then we'll look at trading view integration and Amibroker. In case if anybody is interested, we can try and have a look at that also. A brief about our support structure so that in case if you need any support during the trade, yeah, during the trading hours, how to get in touch with our customer support team and get the necessary help in case if something is required to be set up or checked, we are always available to you. And with queries, you can raise it as we go along. So don't wait till the end. Whatever doubts and clarifications you need about our platform, you can keep asking them. We will try and answer them as we go along. Yeah, our just before we start with the key features, point I'd like to mention is that we are a platform which acts as a bridge between TradingView and your broker as such. So it could be TradingView, it could be Amibroker, it could be charting, any of these kind of platforms, which are typically used for running different types of strategies or indicators or studies as such. So whenever you generate signals for an entry or an exit from these charts, so Algomojo would pick up those signals and place orders for the instruments that you're trying to trade with. So the process is pretty simple. We will look at few examples as to how do we do the setup and start using it. There are things that you need to just do it for one time as an activity. After that, it will always be available, and unless and until you want to make some changes. It's one-time setup that you need to do in Algomojo and one-time setup that you need to do in TradingView. After that, it can keep trading for you whenever the signals are getting triggered from the chart. Yeah. Important thing again is that we don't provide any tips, or we are not an advisory to recommend any buy or sell for the stocks or the instruments that are getting traded in the Indian market. We are just a pure bridge kind of platform to help you to execute your orders from the charting tools. So you will not be able to get any ready-made strategies from our side, but you can bring in any kind of strategy, any kind of indicator, any kind of studies, and use them to trade using our platform. It will help you to make those trades simple, easy, and uninterrupted, almost so to say. You do the setup once, after that, it can keep running for you on a daily basis. So every day you need not have to do any setups. It's one-time setup that you need to do. After that, any signals coming in will keep getting processed, and the orders will get placed in the account. So we don't have any mobile app. You can use any browser on your laptop or your desktops or even your mobile phone. Mobile phone, though it works, I wouldn't recommend it for the first time creation at least, because you will need a system which will give you more space to handle things. And after you do the setup, you can on a daily basis, if you want to, or if you're traveling, if you're not in front of your system, you can use mobile phone to just log in and enable the strategies as such. Right. So it's you can use any browser. It could be Chrome, it could be Edge, it could be Brave, any of these browsers, Safari, any of these browsers, and start log into our system or log into our platform and start using it. And we help our platform is there to help you to automate your signals, and thereby you need not have to start contemplating in terms of whether to take the trade or not to take the trade. It removes that emotional decisions from any users, and it is once you do the setup, it can work completely automated and be completely mechanical in nature. So whenever there's a signal coming in, it will get processed and orders placed. You need not have to start thinking whether to take this trade or not. So that is what is advised for any people, for all the people who are following systems to follow the systems continuously and not or stop the systems um, in between. So, say if there are a lot of whipsaws happening and you find that the trades are not getting profitable and you like to stop, the very next trade could be a very profitable one. So you might miss out on that. So the whole idea is to take out that emotional decision and make it purely mechanical and take all the signals which are you would have tested in your strategies and found that they are suitable for your trading purpose, and uh, things will work out definitely for all followers of these systems. And We have tried to keep this platform as user friendly as possible. We have integrated with various charting platforms, TradingView, Amibroker, Charting, MT4. These are pretty popular tools being used by most traders and investors. So we have integrated with all these platforms, and if you have any strategies, you can right away start using them. We provide multiple connectivity to multiple brokers. Close to 30 brokers are integrated. So if you have an account with any of these brokers, I'll share you the list. You can start using our platform and check out how it works. And whatever codes or modules that are required for automation, we provide that. As I was mentioning, we have tried to keep this as simple as possible. All you need to have is a good strategy that you would have backtested and you would like to use them for your trading and investment purpose. And you need not have to get into the code or do any reprogramming of the strategies for automation purpose. It's all a simple plug and play kind of integration where you have to copy paste couple of things in a trading view or in Amibroker. After that, any signals getting generated will be processed. So you need not have to have any knowledge about coding or programming, and it is not complex at all. You will find as we when we look at the live samples today in the demo as to how to do the setups. You will find it very, very simple to use. Some of the key features that we provide would include that you can decide what is that you want to trade, whether you want to trade in equities, whether you want to trade in futures, or you want to trade in options, you want to trade in a fixed option, or you want to trade in, say, dynamic options. You can choose in the money or out of the money strikes when the signals get reach are generated, depending on the kind of selection of the strike that you would have done. Say if you have kept that you want to trade in ITM 3 or ITM 4, we will look at what is the strike price for the index or the instrument that you're trading and select the ITM 3 or ITM 5, whatever your selection you have done, and place orders for those option strikes. And or if you want to use a particular strike price, suppose on Monday you want to use, say, 24,500 as the CE or the PE for the entire day for your trading, you can trade based on a single option also, strike price also. So those kind of flexibilities are built in for the users. And you can definitely use a platform for option buying. And if you're an option writer, you can do the option selling using a platform. So whenever there's a buy signal coming in, we will sell the PE options for you. And if there's a sell signal coming in, we will sell the CE option for you. So both buying and selling tools are available for users, for option buyers and option sellers. Now, in case if your quantities are large, we will take care of the order splitting. You need not have to worry about placing multiple orders for entry and even for exits. We provide comprehensive risk management tools. You can fix the targets, you can fix the stop loss, you can trail your stop loss, and these things can be in the form of mm, points, it can be in the form of percentage, or it can be in the form of M2M also. You can set the targets as M2M, or you can say that you want 50 points as the targets and 20 points as the stop loss, or you can say that the targets can be 1.5% or 2% of the entry price. So we will look at what is the executed price, and if you kept a target of 2%, we will once the price reaches that 2% level from your entry level, we will close the portion if it is there in the system, if the order has been executed. Also, you can set the execution times. This is for people, for users who feel that, okay, they want to trade only in the morning session, or they want to start trading after the morning volatility or towards the end of the day. So you can choose when you want to start the trading and when you want to end the trading also. Suppose you want to start trading from, say, 11 o'clock in the morning and not the first 1 hour or 1.5 hours, where the volatility is pretty high. So if you feel that you don't want to be a part of that volatility, and once market stabilize, you would like to take the trades as per your study or strategy, you can set the time, or you can start from 9:15 itself and go on till the end of the markets also. So any signals coming in that window will be picked up by the system and the orders will be placed for you in your broker account. So you have the flexibility of selecting the time also. Then for all users, we provide facility for paper trading. Now, paper trading, we have limited up to 6 paper trades that you can run at any point in time. So you can test 6 different trading instruments or strategies and see how the orders are getting executed. The facility for paper trading is to more understand if the orders are getting placed as per your requirement in our platform, using our platform. It is not to be used as a forward testing tool or a back testing tool. We don't offer any back testing facility in our platform. It is like, as I was mentioning, it is just a bridge between the charting tool and your broker. So we don't have any back testing of strategies or tools available. So use the paper trade to check out if the orders are getting executed as per the requirement. Now, if you're a option trader and you would like to buy CE when the call is coming in, long call is coming in, and you want to buy an ITM 5 kind of strike, so you can do the settings. And when the sell comes, you would like to close the CE and take the PE, and maybe PE you would like to keep it at ATM. So based on the kind of requirements that you would have set, check if the orders are going through properly under the paper trade. And once you're satisfied that the orders are flowing as per your expectations, you can move into live trade. So in terms of live trade, there are no limitations per se. You can trade as many instruments, as many trades you can pass. There's no absolutely no limitations. It's that only for the paper trades that we have put in a limitation of 6 strategies that you can test at any point in time. Otherwise, for live trade, we are not put any cap as such. You can roll over your strategies if you have positions which you would like to carry forward for next month or next week kind of thing. You can set the rollover time and date. So accordingly, the positions, if they're open, will be closed, and a new position for the next series would be taken up by the platform automatically. Then also there are facilities like you can restrict the number of trades that you want to do. Say if you don't want to take more than 5 trades in a day, you can set it up, saying that you don't want to take any 5 trades. So more than 5 trades. If there are more signals coming in after 5 trades, it will stop the trades for you. Yeah, for rollovers, you can set the date and time. Suppose if it's a monthly contract that you're running, you would like to roll over, say, 7 days before the expiry day at, say, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. You can do those kind of settings, and at that given day at 2 o'clock, positions open will be closed, and the next month's contract will be taken up as such. Then if you're an option trader, you can set all the individual legs under the strategies, and based on a single signal, all the legs which you would have defined for your option strategies will get executed. So you need not have to worry about various legs to be executed based on a single signal. We will take care of that as such. Currently, if you're running any strategies, option strategies, you'll need to set up all the legs individually. Suppose if it's an iron condor, if there are 4 legs in that, and uh, all those 3, 4 legs which are there in the strategy, it has to be set up individually, and then there is a facility to group them and then execute them based on a single signal. However, we are launching or going to launch a new version of the platform in the coming weeks, which will have these ready-made. Just one moment. So, which will have the ready-made option strategies available. So, if you click on an condor, or it could be synthetic futures, or it could be butterflies, whatever legs are to be triggered will be automatically created for you, and you can use those ready-made tools as such. But that is coming in the next version, expected to be launched in a few weeks' time. Yeah, you can get Telegram notifications whenever there's an order getting executed or signal getting generated from your trading view or charting platform. You will get a Telegram notification. You have to go to Algomojo bot as the channel in Telegram, pick up the chart ID from there, and use it in Algomojo platform. After that, it is a pretty simple process. Whenever the orders are getting generated, you will be notified, and you may not have to be worried whether the signals are not coming in, orders are the placed or not placed. So you'll be aware if you're not in front of the system through the notifications. Now, the segments that you can trade would include things like you can trade in cash markets for intraday and delivery both, and you can trade in futures. It could be NSE, BSE, and MCX also, and you can trade in options. It could be static or dynamic with in any of these segments: Nifty, Bank Nifty, Fin Nifty, etc. Any queries so far? Please use the Q&A box to type out your query. I will address them as we go along. So currently we have integrated with close to 28, 29 brokers. So these are the brokers with whom we have done the API integration. We keep adding to this list. We have covered all the major brokers across. And in case if you already have an account with any of these brokers, you are ready to use our platform. It's a simple one-time registration that you need to do, and after that, you can start utilizing all the features and facilities in our platform. Now, in case there is a special offer, if you open a new account with any of these seven brokers, including Zerodha, uh, you will get to use our platform completely without any charges for the life as such. That means otherwise, if you have an account and you'd like to use, we give a 7-day trial, and after the 7-day trial, there are subscription that you'll need to take up. You have a monthly, half yearly, and a yearly subscription available. You can take any of the subscription based on the requirements. We suggest that you try use the trial period, check it out for 7 days. If the platform is able to meet the kind of requirements that you have in terms of trading and investments, check it out in those 7 days. After that, if you're satisfied, then you can go in for the subscription. Or even the best method would be to open a new account with any of these seven brokers, so that you have whenever you want to resume using our platform, you can do that without any charges being involved. See, the broker provided APIs are completely different. They cannot be used for placement of orders directly. So the process for logging in to various brokers would vary slightly depending on broker to broker. I'll show you the method to be used for done also. So we have a detailed guideline as to how to use various platform broker integration. Just in a while, I'll try and show that how to do, especially for done. Yes. Okay. Once you have the done account, the opening account in Dun or any of these brokers, it's a slightly different process. And after that, you have to we will show you the process of one-time registration once you get the client ID from the broker. I'll show you that also. Yes. Then I think we have uploaded. Let me try and show it as such. Now, the process for automation is in two steps. The first part is what we do in terms of the initial setup in Algomojo, and the second part is it has got to do with setting up the process in TradingView or Amibroker or charting or MT4 kind of thing. So it is happens in two parts. First part is in Algomojo, you have to define what is that you want to trade. And once you have decided and then specify things that you want to trade, you need to get into the charting tool and then do the setup there. So we will look at these two parts in the next step as such. So before that, let me try and show you our website. So this is our website called algomojo.com. Now, if you want to open an account and avail the a lifetime APIs free of cost from us, use this button called account open, and yeah, select the broker with whom you want to do the account opening, give the name, email ID, and phone number. It will take you to the respective broker website and ask you to complete the process in terms of documentation there, and you will get your user ID and password once the account is generated by the broker. We will be using the same credentials of what the brokers provide for using in our system also. So let me try and show you that. So once you have the user ID and password, with any of the brokers you have, you can log in from here. Use this login button. For today's demo, we'll be using an account from TradeGenie. So use the select the broker from the drop-down list, and the update the client ID, password, and the TOTP. It's the same thing which your broker would have given. You need not have to generate separate IDs for using our platform as such. Let me try and log in here. Yeah. So after that, you get an home page which is will be similar to across all the brokers. It could be Zerodha, it could be Allies Blue, anything, any of the brokers. You have a summary page which will give you a small brief about what are the funds available, what are the holdings, what are the positions that are open, and you can also create a watch list. From suppose you want to trade something directly, not through an automated process, you can do that also directly from here. Suppose you want to buy, say, Indus Towers, you can do that exactly from here. Go and say place an order. It will help you to take any discretionary trades that you would have. So you can do all your day's activity in terms of logging in terms of placing orders manually or even through automation, all that from one single place from Algomojo. You need not have to have multiple things open and thereby confuse what to use, what not to use. Use just one platform for all your activities during the day, except for maybe adding funds and withdrawing funds or getting any other backend reports. Otherwise, one login in Algomojo should take care of the entire trading and investment decisions that you would be making as well. So after you log in, before that, let me try and show you how to log into Done or any other brokers. All you have to do is there are a lot of panes, tabs on the left side. If you go to say my API and go to brokers, uh, log into broker. So here it will, suppose you select done, it will show you the process of how to do it. There's a small video. Request you to kindly go through this video and follow that same process of what needs to be done. It varies from broker to broker because the logins are slightly different. If it is say Zerodha, they will want you to get the APIs from Zerodha and then create an app with them and give them a webhook URL or loopback URL, those kind of things to be done. So slightly different process in um, Zerodha. And similarly, each broker would have a slightly different process. Do this setup once after you get your broker ID and password. Look at what is the process to be followed for the broker that you're trying to use and do that registration with Algomojo. After that, you need not have to keep doing it every day. It is a one-time registration. So this video will explain how to use how to log into into your Done account using Algomojo, right? So all the brokers are listed. The process to be followed for each of the brokers are all highlighted here. For example, if you go to Zerodha, it will tell you the process. There's a video, and you have to get their APIs. So how to do that? The entire process is outlined for Zerodha. Similarly, it is done for all the other brokers also, wherever different processes need to be used for registration of the broker APIs along with Algomojo APIs. Right. So once you log in or do the registration with Algomojo, every day when you have to log in, it's the same process. Just update the client ID, password, and TOTP or OTP that your broker has recommended, and you'll be taken to this page of Algomojo from where you can start your trading activities. Now, once you log in, you will be able to see your API details from this first tab called My API. When you are doing it for the first time, it will ask you to generate the API. So once you say that or confirm that you have to you generate the API, it will show you the validity and how many days. Now, if you have opened a new account, it will give you almost close to 10,000 days of free usage without any charges as such. So 9,500 or 10,000 kind of days. So the Algomojo and all the features and facilities that are available will be free of cost for those 7, 8 brokers for life and such. So the only thing that you would incur are your brokerage and your other government levies which are involved in terms of the charges. Otherwise, for our platform, it becomes totally free of cost. Now, if you are already having an account and if you would like to use the same account, then all you have to do is once you say generate API, by default, it should give you a default usage, a trial usage for 7 days. In case if that does not happen, you go to this place and say generate 7 days trial. Always use the 7 days trial, check out how a platform works. And if you're satisfied that this platform is going to meet your requirements in terms of trading and investments, then you can get into the subscription of monthly or half yearly or yearly. If you look at a yearly subscription, it works out to say 500 rupees per month as such. So, yeah, it's pretty nominal. We try to keep it as nominal as possible. So after you get the APIs, sorry, the next step is uh, defining what is that you want to trade. That normally gets done under this tab called My Strategies. You have to go to this tab called My Strategies, and this is where we define what is that we want to trade by using or creating a strategy. So here, when we click on New Strategy, it will open up a new page wherein certain details of what is that you're trying to trade needs to be updated. So let us say let us check the first option of how to trade in Nifty futures. Let me try and update these fields. Demo NF, today is 30th August. And there's a tab called rule. There are 5 rules typically we have set based on the various kinds of requirements of traders and investor strategies. We have done an extensive study and narrowed it down to these 5 rules, which would take care of most of the requirements of traders and investors. Now, for a strategy like super trend, you would have heard about or used super trend in your trading journey, your investment journey. Um, Super trend is a strategy which is always in trade, pretty popular. It's been there for a very, very long time. So it is either long or short. So if you have any strategy which is similar in approach like that, it is always in trade, either in short or long, then use this rule called stop and reverse. Uh, what does each rule do? There's a small brief explanation of each type of rule. I will try and explain each of these rules when we look at a chart in TradingView. It becomes easier to understand. Otherwise, for super trend kind of stuff, use stop and reversal and select the segments that you want to trade in. Say it could be equities, it could be futures and options, or it could be dynamic symbols. So let us try and do a setup first for Nifty futures. Yeah, see what have the login to Algomojo every day morning is a requirement. This is more from a regulatory perspective. They don't allow your logins to be perpetually live as such. It can't be made continuously live every day. And moreover, second important thing is the placement of orders happens through broker provided APIs. Now, brokers would generate a token for each of the users every day. So the token which is generated, for example, for today will not be valid for tomorrow, tomorrow's trading as such. So that way it becomes mandatory that you log in every day. Uh, After you log in, you can shut down your system and not to worry. Any signals coming in after that will be taken care by Algomojo as such. You need not have to be keeping the computer on. If the internet has gone down or there's a power shutdown or your computer has crashed, no problem at all. The signals will still be getting processed, but it is mandatory that you log in every day in the morning and do it as close to the market open timings as such. We have seen people who are especially traveling, who are abroad, the time zones are different. If they try and log in, say at 5 o'clock in the morning, India time, or 4 o'clock in the morning in India time, the tokens would not have been refreshed by the brokers because they would be undertaking maintenance activity during the night time. And they would be ready for trading, say, almost by about 7:30, 8 o'clock in the mornings every day, most of the brokers. So we suggest that you log in, say, around 8:30 to 9 o'clock kind of time frames so that you get the proper token for the trades to be executed during the day. If you're logged in very early, the orders normally would be rejected, saying that there's an invalid session. Then you have to re-log in, and then any new signals coming in will be processed. Yeah. Once you do the setup, you can log in from your mobile phone also, not an issue. All you have to do is go to this Algomojo's website and say login, and it'll take you to the broker. It'll ask you for the broker's client ID and the password and the TOTP. Enter that in your mobile phone itself, and then come to the section called My Strategies and enable the strategy under my strategies, like what we are creating, that will be by default in inactive state. Just enable that for paper trade or live trade. Start with paper trade, and once you see that okay, you're comfortable with the way the platform is performing as per your expectations, you can move to live trade. So every day you have to log in and then activate your strategies that you create or things that you want to trade. So coming back to this page here, you can select the symbol from the list. Let me select Nifty. So I'll say Nifty September contract. And order type can be NRML or MIS. So depending on whether you're intraday or carry forward, you can select NRML or MIS. Price type as of now is market only. There's no limit or stop loss limit kind of facilities. Next version would have those facilities. Then select the number of lots that you want to trade. Suppose you want to trade, say, 50 lots. It'll tell you automatically what is the quantity, and it will also specify the default freeze limits. And accordingly, whatever quantity that you're trying to trade, the orders will be split in multiples of the split quantity or freeze limit quantities, and multiple orders will be placed. So these are some basic things that you need to update in terms of trading. Yeah, like as I was mentioning that there are some regulatory perspectives because of which we have it is expected that or it is a requirement that it has to be made active every day. So that's the only thing. There are a lot of people who have been asking, saying that why should I activate the strategies every day? More from user control and also from the regulatory front that uh, to show that okay the user has activated this trading requirements on that particular day when the trades happen. So when you log in, we are aware that yes, this strategy had to be traded because the client or the user has in the morning or whatever time he has logged in and made those strategies active. It should not so happen that see when you're trading in multiple instruments, you might have multiple strategies. You may not want to trade everything every day, or there could be users who would trade multiple instruments every day. So all you have to do is come and select what you want to trade for the day, or if you're trading all the strategies, all the instruments, make active all those things. That's it. It is more from a user control also and regulatory requirement also that you have to enable it on a daily basis. So after updating these basic information in terms of what is the instrument that you're trying to trade and how much quantity, whether it is intraday or carry forward, you can save the requirements in case if you don't want any other things which are available in the platform, which could be that if you want to use the target and stop loss kind of facility that we provide, if your strategy itself is taken care of, you need not have to do anything here. You need not have to update any of these fields if your strategy is taken care of. Or if you want to use our platform for setting targets and stop loss, you can do it from here, from this section typically, right? And in terms of the timelines, like when you want to start the trade and when you want to stop the trade, rollovers, those kind of options are provided in the last section. So if you have any specific requirement in terms of rollover or how many trades you want to do in a day, all those things can be set up here. Otherwise, the basic details about what is the instrument you want to trade, quantity, and whether it is carry forward is what you have to update and say submit. So once you do this, there are a couple of things which get generated. One is a webhook URL. This is a most important link. You'll be able to see this also. This is what links uh, Algomojo strategy or in Algomojo, what is that you're trying to trade. This webhook URL will be using in various platforms, which could be TradingView, Amibroker, or um, charting or MT4. What typically happens is when there's a signal getting generated from, say, TradingView, they will send the signal, whether it could is a buy or sell, to this ID typically. And once this detail comes to us, we will be able to make out to which customer it belongs and what is he trying to trade. So we go to this section called TC 295. We know that TC 295 we have to trade in Nifty 50 lots on a carry forward basis. And place order could be if they would attach a buy or a sell also as an action. So if a sell has come, we will go and sell. If a buy has come, will go and buy whatever is defined under this strategy number TC 295. So this is a very, very critical component. And if there's a mismatch in what is the webhook URL using, the orders that go in or get placed, they'll be different. So be careful in terms of updating the webhook URL. All you have to do is just copy this and paste it. I'll show that also when we get into TradingView integration. So this gets generated, and there are some codes that we need to use in TradingView for in the alerts section. Typically, we would have used TradingView, or people who use TradingView are aware that there's an alert to be created, and in the alert there are some updates that we need to provide in the message box and trading webhook URL. So this detail need to be copied from Algomojo and pasted there. That is all is the requirement for automation as such. So once you do this one time setup and submit it, use this back button, and you'll be able to see this in a default inactive state. Please comment update for enable for paper trade first to check whether orders are getting or processed or flowing as per your requirements. And after that, if you're convinced and you have used this paper trade for a couple of trades and days and see everything is going as per your requirement, you can move to the live trade. So this way you can create up to 6 paper trades. For say one for Nifty, another one for Bank Nifty, another one could be for MCX, another one could be for your CE trade or PE trade. So you can do up to 6 of them and then test it out and then move into live trades. So after you log in every day in the morning, come to this page called My Strategies and make these active either for paper trade or for live trade. That is all. After you do these 2 activities, you need not be in front of the computer also, or your computer need not be on also. You can shut down your computer, or if your internet has gone bad or your power has gone off, no problem at all. Login is what we look at. After you log in, whether you what are the strategies that you have enabled for trading is what we look at. Once that information comes to us, it is stored with us, and we will take care of any orders or any signals coming in from your charting tools. So, but what you should not do is you should not go to this place and say log out. If you do that, your session will be closed and any new signal will coming in will not be processed. So don't log out. You can close the browser or shut down the browser also like this, not an issue. We will be handling the signals and getting them processed, but don't log out from here. So 2 things to be remembered. One, log in to Algomojo using your credentials from the broker as close to market open timings as possible, and then come and enable the strategies that you want to trade, either for paper or for live trade. That is all. Is the setup in the Algomojo platform. The next step is to see what needs to be done in uh, TradingView, for example, today. Any queries, any clarifications so far on this? It could be anything. Kindly ask me. Right. Otherwise, we will get into how to do the setup, say, in TradingView. In case if anybody is interested in Amibroker, let me know. I'll show you how to do it in Amibroker also. So you will need to have a subscription for TradingView because the free version does not support the webhook URL. You will need to have a subscription of TradingView to use for automation purpose. So once you have the subscription, all you need to do is, as a first step, load the instrument. It could be Nifty, Bank Nifty, it could be Reliance, HDFC, whatever instrument that you want to trade. Open the chart. It could be an options chart. It could be MCX chart. Any of these charts from where your signals are supposed to be generated and processed. Open that chart and create an alert. Now, for today's demo, let us look at the Bitcoin market just for generating signals because those markets are operating today, and we should be able to get some live prices. So let's look at this instrument. Uh, Let me make it in a one. Next step is to select the time frame. Say if you want to trade in 1 minute or 5 minutes or whatever time frame that you are looking at. So select the instrument and select the time frame. Next is load the strategy that you want to trade. Now, as I was mentioning about super trend, I already loaded that. Let me show it, make it visible. So most of you would have seen super trend. They are always in trade like this. Say, now a short signal is running. Before that there was a long. Before there was a short. So it is either in long or short. So whenever these signals get generated, the orders are supposed to be executed in your broker account. Now, for doing that, we have to create an alert. So once you load your strategy, go to this dot, this place called more, and say add alert. Okay. In the alert, you have this message box. Go to message box, and by default, whatever is the message, please remove them. Go to Algomojo, the strategy that you had just created, for example, here, sorry, under this, where we were trying to process, place orders for trading in Nifty futures. Go to this place. Under the trading view section, you have this code under strategy. Copy this and paste it here. Sorry, that did not get copied properly. Copy this from here and paste it here. And go to this notification. By default, whatever is the webhook URL, replace that with the one that you have just created. Copy this webhook URL, copy it here, and paste it here. Give this a name. For example, let's say August 30 demo Nifty future. So that's all is to be done. You just say create. The alert will be displayed here. Like the alert will be displayed here. So, and whenever there is a signal that is going to come in, so currently now short is running. So when this becomes a buy signal will be generated and it will be sent to Algomojo for execution of buy order. That is all is the step involved in terms of automating a strategy as such. So first you have to select the instrument that you want to trade in, select the time frame in which you want to trade. So the instrument could be anything, Nifty, Bank Nifty, or it could be an option chart, it could be a futures, MCX chart, any of the instrument that you want to trade. So select that and then load the time frame, or select the time frame, then say upload the strategy that you want to use. It could be super trend, it could be UTBot, anything. So any of those strategies which are giving buy sell kind of triggers, add them onto the chart and go to this three dots and say add alert. In the alert section, go to this message and by default, whatever is there, remove that and copy paste the detail given by us under the strategy section and paste it here. Give it a name and update the webhook URL and say create. So these are the steps involved for alert creation. Yeah, good question. Now, as you can see, there's already a sell running, and suppose you feel that okay, I want to get into a sell trade, and going forward, let the uh, chart take care of the requirement. So, how to do that? Since a sell is already running, what we can do is we can go to Algomojo and take a position by generating the signal manually from here. Go to generate signal and say sell. So what it will do is it will take the order. You can see it under my signals. We have placed an order manually for sell and the orders will be placed here. So three sell orders have been placed. P means paper trade and the portion is already created here for 50 lots of futures under paper trade. So we have taken this trade manually, and after that, whatever signals come from charting or this trading view, it will be handled automatically. So if the long comes, what happens is the short portion will be closed and a long portion will be taken. Suppose a PE is taken, the PE will be closed and a CE will be taken when a buy signal comes in. So that it will keep running for you till you stop or till you say that, okay, I don't want to take any further trades. It will keep running. So alert creation is a one-time activity. And in Algomojo, what is that you want to trade is an activity to be done once. After that, you have to do nothing. Just every day morning, come log into Algomojo, switch on this paper trade or live trade. That is all. This trading view alert creation is one time. It is always available for you. Um, so whenever your strategy is generating signals, it will get processed and it will get placed in your account. Any confusion, any clarification on the process to be followed? Yeah, see, order quantity we have already given here, saying that we have said that we want to trade in 50 lots. Your instrument, what you want to trade, whether it is delivery or intraday or personal or intraday, and what is the quantity that you want to trade is all specified here. So we will go as per what is defined under this strategy. So when TradingView senses buy signal now, what will happen is, we know that okay, we there's a short position running in the paper trade, so that short position will be closed and a long position will be taken, the reverse of that. So that is why it is called stop and reverse. That means stop the current trade and take the reverse of the trade. So a short position will be stopped and the reverse of that is a long position that will be taken. See, as I was mentioning, you will need to have a subscription for trading it. Otherwise, there's no other charges involved. So, for using from TradingView for Algomojo, no. If you have an account, you can. If you open a new account from Algomojo, totally free of cost. There's no other cost involved. If you already have an account and you want to use a platform, you have to pay the subscription charges. That's it. You can see here. I was, for example, I said that okay, I generated a signal manually. Otherwise, you need not have to generate the signal manually. Say you can wait for the sell signal to get completed without any creating any positions in the platform. And when a buy comes, it will trigger the long position. For just for demo purpose, I was showing by taking it manually. Otherwise, the system or the chart can handle it for you. Okay. Yeah, there's one more query. Suppose if you are trading with multiple lots, say you're saying that you trade in two lots, partial exits as of now not possible from here. What happens is whatever quantity that you have mentioned, if say for example here instead of 50 you're saying two lots, whatever quantity that you would have defined, the entire quantity will get closed as such. Now, for example, you're trading in two lots and you feel that, okay, you would like to close one lot, you can do that directly from your broker account and close one lot and come back here and update in our system. Say, you can come back here and say if you have closed half of this portion, you can say that, okay, adjust this to whatever the quantity that is going to run. Say from 25, you sold, you kept only balance 750 quantity, 10 lots remaining. You can keep that, update that, and close that here. And when you say refresh, as you can see, from 50 lots, it has come down to 10. So the balance you would have, if you have closed manually from your mobile phone or from your broker terminal directly, you can do that, but you have to come back and update it here. Otherwise, we will still think that, okay, that all 50 lots are available. And when the next signal comes, we will try and close or place orders for those 50 lots. Now we know that there are only 10 lots, so we will close only the 10 lots remaining and take the trade in the balance in the 50 lots that we have defined as per the strategy that we want to trade. Here we have defined that we want to trade in 50 lots. Suppose if you're trading in two lots, so you'll say two lots here, and this would have become instead of 750, it would be minus one lot or minus 75 quantity. So it'll close when the reverse order comes of for buy. So it'll close this 75 in short position and make it 115 long position. So system can there's no facility for you to close this partially from the system itself, but there's a facility to if you have done it manually to come and update it here so that your trades for the next signal will go properly. Hope that clarifies. Somebody had a doubt, had a query. Yes. Yeah. Now here, yeah, good question. Is there a way to capture a signal-based exit through Algomojo? Exit signals coming in from TradingView. For example, you have taken a position, say in Nifty, like this, say manually itself. Okay, like what we did. You have already instead of from Algomojo, you have created the position in from your broker account directly, right? Now you want to trigger an exit from TradingView, so you can do that also. Here, this is a strategy which would trigger both buy and sell. As such. Now, in case of your requirement, we say if we are running a short position, if you want to close the short position, say on meeting a certain kind of target, you can say that okay, if the price reaches this level of say in this case 1,07,965, if the price comes down to this level, you want to take an exit, you can define that also. That's called a price based entry or an exit. We will look at that sample. It's a good query. No, the alert creation is also a one-time activity. You have to, so like we created this alert, it is one time, it is always available for you. You can either pause it or you can continue using it, right? Now, while we were discussing, you can see that the buy signal has got generated and you can come and see that, okay, buy has been triggered. Now, let us look at what has happened to this buy order. Go to Algomojo and minus 750 quantity has been running. Initially, it was 3,750. It has become, let us see what has happened to this order. So look at the signal. It has come, buy has come, and order has been placed. And you can see that 10 lots are running. So only 750 or 10 lots have been closed, but we are trading in 50 lots. So fresh order for 50 lots have been placed. So because we had updated this earlier as 750, our system was aware that, okay, there is only 10 lots remaining out of the 50 lots. We close those 10 lots and place orders for 50 lots. Now, somebody was asking, I trade in two lots. So you would have, it would have taken entry into two lots. So after some time, if you want to close one order using your mobile phone, you can do that partial exit. Come back here and adjust this quantity to say 75 and submit it. So the quantity we will be aware that okay, there is only 75 quantity. The balance has been closed by the client for whatever reason. And when the next signal comes, we know we'll close only this 75 quantity. Yeah, see, we will not know unless you specify that the order has been placed manually, right? So if you have like we were trading in 3750 quantity, we are aware that okay, 50 lots are getting traded. Suppose you have closed everything except for one lot, we will not be aware. But you can, however, update our system saying that this is what is the quantity which is available. Instead of 3570, you can say okay, 75 is the quantity balance. So we know that okay, only 75 quantity is running, and when the next sell signal comes, we'll close the 75 quantity, what is remaining as per you, and place the short order for 50 lots. which you originally set for trading assets, right? Yeah, great. This is what I was trying to get into next. There's a query saying that I have a pine coded strategy with provisions for long entry, exit, short entry, and exit, and corresponding stop loss, target, etc., etc. Yes, good one. This is another method, like let me explain it using this chart. See, like super trend, what happens? Super trend is always in trade. You will have strategies which will say take an entry here and exit here and not wait for this sell, because this could be a target or there is a stop loss. So the buy taken could get exited somewhere after meeting a target or hitting it a stop loss. And after that, there could be no trade for some time. And after that, again, a buy could come or a sell could come. Now, how to handle that? The way to manage that is to use a different rule. Now, for such kind of rules, what we need to use is something like, let me show you that. Sorry. Under my strategies, let me close this portion which is running. Under the rules, there is something called long play short buy sell. For trading view especially, use this rule: buy plus short, buy sell. So what happens is when a buy comes, long entry is taken, and if the target is met, a sell entry is given and the position gets closed. Or if the stop loss is set, the sell signal will come and the position gets closed. So buy has happened, sell has happened because of the target or stop loss or whatever is as per your the chart or the study that you're running. So exit has happened and there's no trade for some time. So we will wait. So exit happened here and there are no trades. We'll keep waiting. And another buy could come safe somewhere here, and then a sell comes here. So it can keep, it is not continuously in trade like in a super trend. It is intermittently in trade. Like it takes a long entry, long exit, short entry and short exit after some time. So it is not continuous, but it is intermittently in trade. For such kind of rules or such kind of strategies, use this rule called long play short buy sell. Hope that clarifies. So this will help you to take long entry and long exit and short entry and short exit. So it could be long entry, long exit. Again, it could be a long entry and long exit. Again, it could be a long entry and long exit. So three times long entries have come or short entries have come. Irrespective of that, the signals will get processed. So whenever there's a buy or sell coming in, we will take the appropriate trade for you. Yeah, like so you have, there's a query, you have an entry and exit. So in TradingView, if you're running a strategy, something like a super trend, right? So there's a buy, say a sell has been triggered. So when the sell signal comes, a short entry has been taken, and buy when the buy comes, the short entry has been closed and a long entry has been taken. Now a long is running. So when the short comes, this long entry will be closed and the short entry will be taken. So it can keep running for you. I hope that was the query. So both entry and exits can happen from the chart itself. So whenever your chart is or the study is giving a long entry and a exit of that, it can be done. Now, when you are using a strategy like super trend, which keeps generating alternating buy and uh, sell signals, use the rule called stop and reverse. So whenever there's a signal coming in, we will keep trading as per the requirement. So when the buy comes, we take in a long entry, and when the sell comes, we will exit the long entry and take the short entry. And here we'll exit the short entry and take the long entry. So it can keep alternating. Or if there are situations where long is triggered here, and say you have kept a target here, as your strategy has got a target and it gets triggered here. So a sell will come. So buy came here and sell signal has come here. We will execute this and close the trade for you, and we will wait for the next signal, so which could happen somewhere here. So you have generated a sell signal, or the chart has generated a sell signal here, and maybe it has closed it here, right? So because that was the target for the short entry, so sell entry is short entry is taken and it is closed here. So it is dependent on how you have got it coded in Pine script. Whenever you want an entry and exit, you can code that in the Pine script and trigger it. So when you are using a strategy which generates buy sell kind of signals, you have to create just one alert, one alert like this. Yeah, as I was explaining, for example, a buy is triggered here. And on this. Okay, yeah, I was trying to see if we can get a pointing arrow. Now, for example, let me and take a horizontal line. For example, you've taken a buy entry here and your system has generated an exit here, for example. Right. So the entry happened here and the exit has happened at this point in time. So this your strategy will send an exit from here. So we will take a exit. So long has been taken and it is exited and there's no portion running. Now, for example, another say we'll shift this, and at this point in time, it has given a sell entry, right? Now this sell gets closed somewhere here. For example, here, when it comes to this place, it will trigger the closure of this or the cover order or the buy order. And so the short position will get closed. So whenever your buy and sell is coming from the chart, we will execute it as per that. Only thing is, if you are not continuously in trade like this, like super trend, it is intermittently in trade, say buy here and sell here, and again say buy here and a sell here, and no trade for some time, and again a sell here. But if it is intermittently in trade, then use a rule called long plus short buy sell instead of stop and reverse. Then it will meet your requirement of getting into and exiting out of the trade. Yeah, see this long plus short, buy, sell, short and cover. Short and cover are actions normally supported in Amibroker. For those kind of platform usage, we suggest that you take a short and cover also. We have come across some codes in TradingView also, which generate along with buy, sell, short and cover also as triggers. So if your code is giving short and cover as an action, then you can use the fourth type of rule. Now, when I say action, when you see the log, it will show you that the action is buy. As you can see here, the action is buy. If it is action is say cover, then you have to use this rule called short plus cover, buy, sell, short plus cover. It depends on how you are getting the Pine script coded. If you are generating all four types of action like buy, sell, short, and cover, then use the fourth rule. If you're generating only buy and sell, then use the third rule. The fourth rule of buy long plus short, buy, sell, short cover is more for Amibroker usage. Yeah, in case you want to use some sample codes, it's available. You can, yeah, let me do one thing. Let me take a different example and show how to trade based on the entry and exit, right? so that it will be more understood. Now, let me try and remove this. Okay. Now, suppose you have a chart, you feel that, okay, this is a support level, and you, when the price or when they say the price comes here, you want to take a long entry, and this is the resistance level. When the price comes to this level, you want to take an exit of the long which you're going to take. If the price comes back to this level, you want to take a exit. For example, I'm trying to give an example. It could be generated in your code itself, or you can do it even if you don't have any Pine script. Based just on price action, you can generate signals. Let me show you how to do that. Now, let's mark the resistance and support level. Say if we identify this as the support and say this is the resistance level, right? Now, we'll mark this in green. So if the price comes down to support and starts moving up, you want to take an entry, for example. How do we do that? And if the entry is taken at this level and the price goes to your resistance level, you want to take an entry, exit. How do we do that? So it's a pretty simple process. Instead of strategy, we are using the price action. Now here, what we do is we set two alerts, one for entry and one for exit. How do we do that? You I've drawn two lines. It can be any kind of lines, any kind of study. It could be Fibonacci, anything, trend line, any of those things. So you can draw a trend line also, for example. Um, Suppose you draw a trend line, something like this. And if the price breaks down this trend line, you want to take a short entry. And or you say that, okay, if the price breaks above this line, you want to take a long entry. That can also be done. Because there's a breakout, you want to take a long trade. So let us see how do we do that. Say, uh, put in a trend line, and when the price, let me try and keep it slightly above. Right click on that line and say add alert to trend line. You can do that, and here you have to update two things. One is condition, and when should that be triggered. We will say that if the price is going to cross up, trigger, and the bar closes above that trend line, I want the action to be triggered. What action to be triggered? I want a buy to happen. So here, what we'll do is go to Algomojo, come down here, go to this indicator section, and copy this code, put it here. And webhook URL can be the same because I'm not going to change. It is the same Nifty futures webhook URL I've created. So I want to take trade in Nifty futures for 50 lots. So here we'll give a name as trend line long entry. Okay, and say create. You will be able to see this long entry here. So what we have defined here is that if the price goes above this trend line, let me try and remove these. Okay, if the price breaks out of this trend line, I want a long to be triggered. Now, after you create the alert, the good part about TradingView is it is pretty dynamic. You can keep shifting this. You can move it further down like this. Okay, now I brought it down. And whenever the candle closes above this, a buy will get triggered, right? And suppose you don't want there, you want to make it somewhere higher, something like this, you can do that also. So when the price crosses above this line, it will trigger a long entry. So this is a one-time creation in TradingView. You can do the setup and it's available for you. So that's the good part about the things in TradingView. So create this once and leave it, create the alert, and it is always working for you. So let me try and narrow it further down as the price seems to be going further down. Right. So if the candle closes above this line, it will trigger a buy entry. Now let us wait for the trigger, and what we will do is once the buy is taken, suppose you feel that okay, long entry has been taken. If the price comes to this level, I want this long entry or the breakout. If the price comes here, I want it to be closed. We'll need to create one more alert saying that okay, right click on this and say alert if the price is crossing up, and in the message box instead of Buy, I'll give sell as the action and give a name saying that trend line short or a long exit. I'll say that as long exit. So that will also be here. It will be shown under the alerts view. So yeah, I'll show you for options also. Okay. Now the setup is the same. Here we are trying to trade in Nifty futures. If you want to trade in MCX or if you want to trade in options, the process is the same. Only thing is what you define in Algomojo will be different. Instead of here we said futures, instead of that you can use options. So whenever there's a buy coming in, it will take the trading options. Right. So maybe we'll get an entry here. Let's see. Okay. So if the price closes above this trend line, it will trigger a long entry. And when that, if the price reaches this top level, it can take an exit. So it could be like if you have a strategy based on the entry and the exit has to be on a different method, you can still adapt this method to create an exit using a different method. Hope that answers your query, sir. So we had said that the price has to close above the trend line that we have put. So it is just about at the trend line. Let's see if it closes above that, it should trigger a long entry. Yeah, go to the log. As you can see, a long entry has been triggered. So let us look at what has happened to this long entry. Come to Algomojo. I had not activated this, but let us look at what has happened to the signal. See, buy signal has come. What has happened to that? It has got rejected because we had not enabled the live trade or auto trade. So that is why it has got rejected. Otherwise, the long entry would have got triggered. Right. So you will be able to see what has happened to the signals that are coming in, whether it is getting completed or rejected. If it is getting rejected, you can check what is the reason why it is getting rejected. Here it says that please enable live or paper trade, auto trade for the signal to be processed. So we have not done that. So once we have done this now, so any new one coming in will get processed. Let me try and see if we can get one more entry. So we'll keep it as close to the existing price as such. Now, if this running candle closes above this trend line, we will get a long entry as such. So we one entry has been triggered at 11:22. Now time is 11:23. Let's see if we can get a long trigger. We have enabled it here. And you can see that there are no positions currently running. Position quantity is 0. So if a long is triggered, we should have an entry for 50 lots of Nifty futures. There's a query, how exit signal from the strategy or indicator will be captured, not based on the price action. Now, like we were looking at super trend, for example, when there's a buy entry, long gets triggered, and when the sell comes, the exit happens. So your trading view is sending the action to be done. Suppose you have a strategy or an indicator. Indicator setup, we will have a look at indicator also, how to use that. But otherwise, if it is a strategy which is giving both buy and sell, you can create one alert like what we did here. So it will process it. Just one order is one alert is required for if you're using a strategy. If it is indicator, then you'll need to use two alerts. You have to create two alerts. So here the entry has been triggered, here the exit has been triggered, and the reverse trade also has been triggered because we are trading in super trend, where we want the order to be reversed. Suppose your strategy has got sell only and you don't want reverse to be taken. All you have to do is change the rule here. Instead of here, instead of stop and reverse, use this buy and sell. So what this will do is when a long is triggered, it will take a long entry. And when the exit is given, it will close the long entry and wait for the next signal. It can be long or it can be a short. So another sell comes, then it will take a short portion. If another buy comes, it will take another buy. That is how it will work. Hope that clarifies your point or doubt that you have. Am I, was my explanation okay, sir? Or is there a confusion still? If you're aware of any strategy which works intermittently, like buy, sell, there's no signal or there's no trade, and again there's a buy, sell, it is in trade intermittently, let me know. Let me try and show that also for you. So exit signal, what happens is your strategy itself is giving an exit signal. So buy is triggered here, exit is given here. So entry and exit both are given by your strategy itself. Let me try and use indicator and show. I think that will be better. Let me remove these drawings. Right. Now, suppose you want to use an indicator. Let's try and see how to use RSI, stochastic, right? Now, people use RSI for oversold, overbought kind of situation. Now, suppose the RSI is gone down and it starts moving up and comes to a certain level, you want to take a long entry. It could be futures, it could be options. Let us try and see how we do it in an option. And when the entry is taken, if it goes to a oversold situation, overbought situation, and when it starts coming down, you want the uh, CE taken here at the bottom to be closed, for example. How do we do that kind of setup? Let us, and not take the reverse order, buy entry and sell exit or buy exit. So how do we do that setup? So let's check. Let's create one more to see how do we trade in options, right? We'll create a new strategy. We will say that demo options, BN, Bank Nifty will try and see. And we will use this rule called long buy and sell. And as segments, we'll use dynamic symbol. We will use Bank Nifty. And we will say current month expiry. We will use ITM, say 5. And we'll say buy and we will trade in one lot. So this is the basic information that is required. We do a submit. And for using indicators, we have to use the code given for entry and exit from here, from this section for trading view. So let us copy this by entry. So here we will see that if the RSI comes to a level of say 60, you want a long to be taken. How do we do that? All you have to do is load this indicator, go to these three dots and say add alert on the RSI. And you have to update the condition saying that if the RSI is crossing up a value of say 60, okay, and the bar closes above that 60 RSI, you want a buy to be taken, go to this message box and say buy, give a name, say options long entry. And webhook URL, we will use the Bank Nifty webhook URL. Go here, copy this. Let me enable this also. Go to trading view, update it here and say create. In the settings, we have done this. In the message box, we have added this by and the webhook URL has been updated. Sorry, I'm not giving the proper webhook URL. I've not copied it properly. Copy this and paste it here. and say create. So your option long entry is here. As you can see, we have we have said that if the RSI crosses 60 from below, and if the bar closes, we want the long to be executed. And if the RSI goes above and starts coming down a value of say 80, we want the long to be closed. We want the CE to be closed. So while the price is moving up, we'll let us create a closure or the exit for this also. All you have to do is go to the same alert that you created, right click on that and say clone, right? It will create the exact copy of what you are trying to check. We'll go and say that instead of crossing up, we'll say crossing down a value of 80. And in the message box, we will, instead of buy, we'll say sell. And here we will say long exit. So it is for the same bank nifty. So we will keep the book URL as the same and say save. Sorry, yeah. So you have two alerts, one for long entry and one for long exit. You will be able to see these levels here, dotted lines, and you can move those levels also. If, instead of say 80, you want to make it say 90. You can drag it up, and instead of 60, you can drag it down, drag it on the chart itself, bring it down to 50, right? Or you can go and update it here also. You can say edit and say if the value crosses above 50. So if the RSI closes above 50, you want the CE to be triggered. And if it goes above and starts coming down, the CE has to be closed. So let us see if the RSI closes or the candle closes above that. Let us see if the option, we see that the option long has been triggered, buy has been triggered. Let us look at what has happened to this signal in Algomojo. Go to Algomojo. Under my signals, go to, we will select the strategy. So we got a buy signal and order has been placed for CE, okay, for one lot, and the position is running here. CE has been taken, entry of CE has been done because we had selected ITM 5 and we had selected one lot, entry has been taken. And if the RSI goes above 80 and starts coming down, the CE will be closed. That is how you do the setup for options trading. So whenever the conditions are getting met, it will get triggered and the signals can be seen here. Either buy, sell, it can keep running for you. The process for doing the setup in TradingView is similar, whatever instrument you're trying to trade. Right? It can be futures, it can be options, it could be MCX, it could be an option chart itself. The process is the same of alert creation for strategy or indicator or price based, any of these. Right. So this is how an entry has been taken. So this is based on indicator. And if the RSI starts coming down this level of 80, what we are given, or let's look at what is the setting there. We have said 90. If we'll keep this as say 80. If it starts coming down, we would like this trade to be closed. So one, a long entry has been triggered. Of course, this what we created for Nifty future is also running. It has shown a buy entry. So anyway, let's focus on the long exit as such. Hope this is quite clear, sir, now in terms of how to take an entry and how to take an exit. Any queries? Any other queries? Anything else? Anybody would like to have a look at it? See, the good thing about TradingView is that all these alert creations are one-time activity. Even the indicator-based or price-based alert creations are all one-time activity. After that, you can keep shifting them or modifying them on the screen itself. So instead of say 80, you wanted to say go up to say 90, for example. You keep it there. You shift it dynamically, or you can type in the value also. Yeah, you can go and type in the value as 90 and save it. That's it. So when the price comes down to this level, it will trigger the exit order. So let's see if we can get an exit trigger. The RSI has gone to the 90 levels, and when it starts coming down, this value, let me try and bring it slightly lower. Yeah, of 86.83. If the candle closes below this level, it will exit the long which has been taken at around 50, 60 levels. So you can bring in any indicator. I just use RSI. It can be any indicator. All indicators will have this option to create an alert. So create one alert for your entry and one alert for your exits. We have said that RSI, if it starts crossing down, see what has happened here is it has moved up, and we want the exit to happen when it goes above and starts coming down. So we have said crossing down. If you had set the condition as crossing up, whenever this level gets crossed from below, it would have triggered. That's it. Otherwise, there's no other change to be done. So for this kind of setup, when you're using, say, CE entry and CE closure, all you have to use is the same rule. Let's see if we get this trigger. Just waiting for this trigger. See, grouping, if you want to buy and sell something, yeah, it's possible. Now, as you can see, the long exit has got triggered. The sell signal has come because the RSI closed below this 90 level. So let's look at what has happened to this trigger. Go here and under my strategy, sorry, yeah, my signals. You can see that sell has been triggered and see what has happened to this order. This entry was for 53,800 that has got executed and the position has become zero. The position long C position taken at 11:32 has got closed at 11:37. So it can keep running. So again, when the RSI goes below and starts coming up this value, it will take CE, and when it goes up and starts coming down, it will exit the CE. It can keep working like this for you. Yes. Yeah. Mm, yeah. See, this is the strategy we just created for trading in Bank Nifty option. You can look at this settings. We have said that name rule we have used as long plus short buy and sell. Segment we have used as dynamic symbol. We have used instrument as Bank Nifty. Current month expiry. The strike price is ITM 5 and option buying, and I want to trade in one. These are the minimum updates to be given in case you want to put target, stop loss. All that can also be done if you want as options. These are available in our system. So this is the basic configuration that we do. So once these configurations are done, you just need to do a submit. After you submit, you get this webhook URL. And in the for indicators, use this buy and sell code. Just copy paste these two things there and done. There's no other setting to be done. It is as simple as that. You define what is that you want to trade, like is it ATM, ITM, whether it is Nifty, Bank Nifty, options, futures, MCX, whatever you want to trade, define that in Algomojo and link that to the chart using the webhook URL and the trading view codes like this buy, sell. If it is indicator, then you have to create two alerts, one for entry and one for exit. If it is strategy, just one uh, alert to be created. For that, you have to use this code. So whatever needs to be done in terms of copy paste, we give those content. Just have to copy from here and paste it there. See, suppose there's a signal coming in and you want to take an entry of, say what we saw here is ITM 5. So you want to buy an ATM option, you can say that, okay, you're buying an ATM. There's a query. Let me try and answer that using a new example. Here we will say set the rule as buy sell, segment as uh, dynamic options, and we'll select the instrument and we'll select the expiry and option buying of ATM, you can say buying. And if you want to sell an option, all you have to do is if it is say you can't specify it in terms of 300 points above, 200 points above, or 100 points above, those kind of things. You can say you want to sell a OTM 5 or OTM 3. And here instead of buying, you say selling and group these two together, two legs together, and then you can link it with that webhook URL, and that's it. Both the legs can get executed when you have entries coming in. So both legs will get executed. Yeah, you can use multiple accounts at a time. Now, suppose you and your say you have another four friends, so five of you want to trade together and you want to trade in a similar kind of fashion. So you are into trading and you want to extend that benefit to other people, say four friends of yours. You can do that by there is a facility called signal sharing. All of them have to have an account with opened through Algomojo or subscription taken from Algomojo. The setup for one account, say for example, your account can be done in a similar fashion. And whenever a buy or a sell is coming in, the same signals will be passed on to your friends and relatives also. No, see, if you have selected rollover as an option, yeah, there's a facility called rollover. Say you can say next expiry or next monthly expiry. Monthly expiry is what we use for futures. So if you do that, the and you want to roll over on say 5 days before the or 7 days before the expiry at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, you do that setting here, next month expiry, and you can say the time here what time you want to roll over. So 7 days, so it will show you also 28th October is the next expiry contract expiry date. So and you can select date when you want to do. You can say so many days before the expiry. Okay. If you say 1 week before the expiry, it'll show you the date also. On 26th October, um, so the date is not being shown correctly. Let me get that checked. So if you say 5 days before the expiry, then you set the time, it will automatically roll over for you. Sir, in terms of discount, we have made it 100% discount because if you open an account using Algomojo, you get completely free of cost for life. Yeah, you can choose the if you're trading in MCX, then according to whatever. See, all these contract dates are from your broker only. Suppose you are using done and whichever instrument you are trading in done, whatever the expiry date specified by done, and the lot size and quantity, all that, it'll uh, take as per that. So now, suppose you have set the rollover and there's no position, you have closed it manually and you're done and come to my position book and also made that zero. We know that there's no position open and we will not take any new position, will not do the rollover. Even though you might have set it as rollover, we will first check whether the position is open under my strategies here. If you go to my signals and the positions, we will check if there is any position open. So we will look at the positions if anything is open, and if you have set a rollover option under that, we will do the rollover. Otherwise, if this position has become zero, quantity has become zero because you have closed it manually or exit has happened and no new trade has come. So we will not take the not place, will not do any rollover. We will wait for the new signal to be generated, and whenever that new signal comes, it will be taken for the next contract. So, like while sharing these details, if you open account with any of these seven brokers from us, you will get totally free of cost for life as such. No cost involved at all for all the features that are available in our platform. Even otherwise, also, if you look at, if you take an yearly plan, if you have an account and you take an yearly plan, the pricing works out to what, 500 rupees for you, as such, per month. Monthly basis, it is 1,000 rupees. If you take an yearly subscription, it comes to 500. Try to keep it as nominal as possible. Try out the free trial, see if your requirements are being met by the platform, and then choose the plan accordingly, or open an account with any other new broker and avail the free of cost kind of offer. See, if you when you set the rollover, it will automatically set it to October contract on the rollover day. Yeah, there was some small bug in that in terms of expiry. It was not getting updated in our system. So the new version will have this facility. If the position is not open and you set the rollover, it will automatically move to October contract. That a new version is expected to have a lot more features, a lot more upgrades that are getting tested shortly. In the next couple of weeks we should have. I'm sure all of you are aware of the static IP mandate, which is going to be effective from 1st of October. Yeah, there'll be a small charge involved in terms of your IP charges. Otherwise, platform charges, we are trying to keep it as per this. And if you open an account with any of the seven brokers, there'll be no platform usage charges. However, there's IP charges will be separate. There's nothing free in that because we have to buy the IPs on your behalf from the service providers. So that will need to be borne. Otherwise, there's no other cost involved. From 1st of October, that it was supposed to be live from 1st of August. They have deferred it to 1st of October. So uh, all users should have a unique static IP. So if that, whenever, if it, I suppose it will get implemented from 1st of October. So you need to additionally bear the cost of IP. Yeah, see, we had almost gone live because of this IP requirement from 1st October, August. Now, since they pushed it October, we wanted to add some more features. So that is getting developed. Uh, we will have it ready in a week or two. And by second or third week, we should be running both the versions so that you start getting a look and feel of how the new version works and how the IP needs to be deployed, all that. You'll start getting an experience of that. You'll be able to experience that. And then when the on the final day where when you have to change over, it'll be easier. Yes. See, IP charges are still being discussed. Whatever the service provider, we are trying to source it from the data centers, and we will not add any overheads on that. Whatever they are charging, we'll pass it on to the users as such. See, you have to have the static IP. Without that, you will not be able to trade algo as such. It is not optional. It will be compulsory. See, Delta X in crypto, maybe another 6 months. Our focus more is currently on the Indian market. We have some plans of getting in some more products for users, investors, and traders in the Indian context. But we have got a framework ready for the crypto. as such. It will be a different product line altogether. Maybe 3 to 6 months time frame, we should have um, facility for crypto also. Any other queries? Anything else? Anybody would like to have a look at? If there are no queries, then coming to the presentation that we were looking at. So what we saw was a super trend and a RSI based kind of uh, setups to be done, or a price based kind of setups to be done. Uh, Now, the process is similar, irrespective of the product that you're going to get. Yeah, it will again be one time login in the morning. That is it. See, the IP gets allocated at the Algomojo end. So for each user, there'll be a static IP provided and extended. And after you log in every day in the morning and enable your strategies for live or paper trade, basically for paper live trade is what you need the IPs. So after that, if your internet is down or if your computer has crashed or there's no power, whatever, you can just close your system and leave it. We will take care of any signals coming in from TradingView or such kind of platforms and execute the orders. Excuse me. Now, the process for using TradingView strategies is pretty simple. First, you have to set the alert. Uh, for before that, you have to select the trading symbol, then select what is the time frame that you want to trade in, and load the strategy. You have strategies, you have indicators, and you have price-based triggers. So be careful. The strategy is what you need to look at. If you're trading strategy, then this is the process. Load the strategy, then click on that more button and add that. Update the message box with the data that I showed you, strategy.action. That is, just create one alert if it's a strategy. If it is indicator or price based, you have to create two of them. Pretty simple, even if you're using an indicator. Only thing is, you when you're creating an alert, you have two things to update. One is the condition. When you what is the condition on which the trigger should happen? If the RSI is say crossing from below a value of 35, you want a long to be triggered. Those kind of conditions need to be defined. And trigger is whether it is at the touch of the level or close of the bar is what you need to specify, and update the message box with buy and sell. So you have to use two alerts for indicators or price-based action, trend line kind of environment or situations. You create two alerts, one for an entry and one for exit. It could be long or short, short or long, whatever, based on the way you are trying to trade. And webhook URL is what you need to tie it up with finally. And that's it. So set the condition, set the trigger, and see triggers would vary based on the kind of indicator that you're trying to use. So some could be as simple as crossing or crossing up or crossing down, simple things like that. There could be other complex kind of situations also. Look at the condition when you want the trigger to happen. Select that appropriate condition and select the trigger. So based on these selections, the action will be triggered and sent for buy or sell to it will be sent to Algomojo and the orders will get executed. Now, in case if you're an option trader and you want to trade in say any of these kind of uh, options strategies, uh, quite a few steps are involved, which are highlighted in terms of in our blog. Just go to this blog, algomojo.com/blog, and whichever option strategy that you want to set up, there's a step-by-step process explained as to how to do it. So kindly follow this process. It's not at all complex, pretty simple. It is explained in a relatively easy terms. So have a look at it. If you still feel you need some explanation, we are there to help you out. Contact us online by various methods. You can, we are available from say 9 to 5 on all trading days and from 10 to 5 from on Saturdays. Then you can contact us on WhatsApp 8105572233. That's our WhatsApp number. Or you can call us on this number 8550 828 828, or you can raise a ticket or send us an email. So these are the methods in which you can get support from us. So if you're in a live trade and you suddenly feel that you need some clarification, don't hesitate. Please call us. We are there to help you out. We can come online, take a remote access and assist you online as to what are the things to be done, what is done correctly. If there are any suggestions to be done, are there from our side, we do that and help you out in terms of doing the correct setups. So once you do one or two setups, you will find it easy to create it for the all other kind of requirements that you would have. Any other queries? Do let me know. My name is Lokesh, and my email ID is lokesh@finfolab.com. We do take up coding kind of requirements in case you have for TradingView or for Amibroker. These two areas we can help you out in terms of creating the codes, and that would come on depending on the kind of requirements that you would have. There'll be an additional charge which would depend on the kind of complexity that is involved, how many indicators or whatever is the method that you're trying to put your ideas into trading. We will need to understand that, create the code for you. So there's no ready reckoner in terms of price. It is all custom made pricing depending on the need of the client as such. So feel free to send an email. We can check the feasibility and come back and tell you the costing and the time that will be involved. This is a blog and this is our website. Any queries to ask me, do let me know in the Q&A box. This session is recorded and you will get access sometime in the afternoon. If you'd like to look at any part of the discussion we had today. And feel free to get in touch with us, send an email or get into an online kind of support. We will help you out. Okay, if there are no other queries, we can conclude this session. Thanks a lot for taking the time out to attend this session on how to use Algomojo platform for your automation of strategies or studies that you would have. And have a nice weekend. Thank you.